Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is to wherever you're at. 91 Cav GT coming at you again. Giving you an update on the she shed. It's been a while since I've given you an update. Got a lot of work done and been waiting for the next step. So without further ado, here's what's going on. We're inside the she shed. Got a lot of work done. Got all the insulation done. And some other stuff too. Since I recorded last, got these boards up here. Pretty much all around the areas where the ceiling is not flat. Like this wall here, it's all flat going all the way across. So whenever we put the fake shiplap up over here, we don't need anything like that because it's gonna attach right up there on those 2x4s. However, up here, when you have the shiplap going horizontal, the corners, you don't have anything to attach it to. So I'll put some 1x on the opposite side of the 2x4s up here and screw those into place, which is another reason why I like to use screws to attach hardware instead of nails. So if I do have to take things apart for stuff like that, it makes it a lot easier, a whole lot easier. So that's the reasoning behind that. So got all of those put up in place, so whenever we do put the fake shiplap up, we've got something to attach it to in those areas. Same thing on the front. We've got something to attach the shiplap to as it goes horizontal instead of the ends just flapping the breeze. Because we don't want that. We do not want that. There we go. Now you can see a little better. Okay. These boards. Got those put up. Our ceiling is not going to be coming to a peak. We want a flat area up top going all the way across for our ceiling. That makes it a lot easier to put the lights up, stuff like that. What we're going to be doing with the lights is like what we did at our last place. We're going to have an outlet probably here, roughly around this area, with the light switch by the door. And that's going to come out to a bar. It's going to go across. And at the last one, we had 4 mason jars that hung down from the ceiling. We might do the same thing here once every 2 foot on these rafters up top. Just 4 of them. And the light bulbs were inside the mason jars. It actually ended up looking really good, and I think we're going to do the same thing again. So up in the ceiling, as you can see, we got that sprayed with the expanding foam. That one's not really, but got that sprayed. So there's some spots here and there that still need some attention. I understand that, and it's not a big deal. I'm not worried about that. Because the next step of this is to have the electricians come out and install the electricity. We've got another can of spray foam. So after the electricians are done, then I'll go back behind on everything and really get everything good. So I'm not really that concerned about little gaps here and there and stuff that doesn't quite look right. You won't see it. It's still going to be sealed up good. It's going to have enough airflow. So the electricity. Here's what we're going to do. Our outside breaker box for the house is about 90 feet from where this shed is. So we're going to come up in one of these 2 corners, come up from the ground, and there's going to be a breaker box over here, one of the 2. It's going to be 3 circuits to power this whole shed. My wife does have a heat press, a sewing machine, a serger, all kinds of other crafty stuff. I can't remember all the names of the stuff. That's why I'm not into crafts and she is. Anyway, a lot of stuff that takes electricity. So, breaker box over here. Now here's the reason there's going to be 3 circuits. We're going to have about 8 outlets. So we have an outlet over here on either side of that window. More than likely on either side of this window, but there's also going to be an outlet underneath. That's going to be dedicated just for the window unit. In the winter time, that will be dedicated just for a heater. That's why it's got its own circuit. So that way we can run a 1500 watt heater if we have to, and it's not going to trip or break her. So, as I said, an outlet on either side, 1 outlet under the window. Over here, a couple of outlets, so that's 6, 7 outlets. And then on the other side down here, there's going to be an outside electrical outlet. We're going to be doing some work to the yard, and we want to be able to plug stuff in there instead of having to run an extension cord from our house to the outside outlets on the house for whatever. So that's one of the purposes of the outside outlet. I'll explain the other purpose for the outside outlet later on. So anyway, outside outlet may or may not be tied to some of the other outlets. I'm not quite sure how that's going to work just yet, but that's why we pay somebody to have electricity run. Electricity is going to be a lot more expensive than what we figured. The last time we got this done was about 3 years ago, and the price of wire was a whole lot cheaper, and we got the homie hookup. We got a friend of ours to actually come out and do it for us. So we ended up paying almost $700. This time it's gonna be just over $2,000. Yeah. Not to mention, we're actually running a little bit further than what we did at our last shed. So once again, when you're dealing with large power cable, it gets expensive very quickly. I can do 12 volt wiring all day long, and I'm perfectly fine with it. It does not bother me at all. It does not scare me. That will not shock me. 120 volt AC power, yeah, that can shock me. I'm not jacking with that at all. This is probably going to be one of the last videos with the portable power center. I'm going to be dismantling it and using parts from it in different projects. I'll have videos for that later on, so that'll be something you'll just have to keep an eye on. Right now I've got batteries charging. Gonna be doing some yard work tomorrow, so I want to make sure all my batteries are charged before I get busy on all that kind of stuff. So anyway, that's what's going on with the Project She Shed. Making a lot of good progress despite the videos. Sorry guys, I get busy and I get in the zone, and then I completely forget to record what I've done. My adult ADD for you, but hey, I love it. So, that's it. Oh, one more thing I wanted to show you. The insulation. Out of the 15 sheets of insulation, that is all that's left. One full sheet, a couple of real small partial sheets, and then a big oddball piece. I threw all the little bitty pieces away. So it worked out really good. We could go ahead and finish doubling up in areas like there's not doubled up right up there up top, right up there. Little bitty areas here and there are not doubled up. I'm not concerned about that. But everything else is doubled up. I'm gonna get some spray foam, put in there, put up there. but everything else is doubled up. So I was able to double up the insulation on this entire shed with 15 half-inch sheets. So it's got 1-inch insulation all the way around. So anyway, that's what's going on. More updates will come after we get electrical done. We got 3 bids. All of them were over $2,200. Probably gonna get a couple more bids on electricity and then get it put in. I want to get this done before it gets too hot with summer approaching. So that's where we're at. Y'all have a good day. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.